Learn variation hiragana. Congratulations, you've learned all the basic hiragana. Now it's time for you to learn about variation hiragana. Don't worry, you've done all the heavy lifting at this point. As long as you know the basic hiragana, learning beyond the basics is easy, and it's true. There is what's called Dakuten and Handakuten. Dakuten is a symbol that looks like this, like two little dots. Well, it's more than dots, it's like two little lines, but very, very small. I don't know if you can see it here. We also call them tenten because ten is a dot in Japanese, tenten. And basically, it only works for these letters, ka, sa, ta. Well, these colons, ha, and it changes the sound. So ka becomes ga, ki becomes gi, ku, gu, ke, ge, ko, go. Same here, sa becomes za, shi, ji, su, zu, se, ze, so, zo. Ta becomes da, chi becomes ji. So here it's the same sound. Shi and chi with the tenten becomes ji, ji. Same here, same pronunciation. Zu, de, do. Then ha becomes ba, hi becomes bi, fu becomes bu, be, bo. So ka, ki, ku, ke, ko becomes ga, gi, gu, ge, go. Sa, shi, su, se, so becomes za, ji, zu, ze, zo. It's weird. Ta, chi, tsu, te, to becomes da, ji, zu, de, do. Ha, hi, fu, he, ho becomes ba, bi, bu, be, bo. Then there's the Handakuten, which is a little circle like this. And it's only going to be used with the ha cotton. The H will become P. So ha becomes pa, hi, pi, fu, pu, he, pe, ho, po. Ha, hi, fu, he, ho becomes pa, pi, pu, pe, po. Okay, so they give you some mnemonics here. The car runs into the guard, ka, ga. My saw just zapped me when I try to use it. Ta-da! You say ha 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 so much at the bar that somebody punches you. Pa. So little two dots or the little circle. Dakuten, Handakuten. Combination of hiragana. Right, this is also very practical and important. Sometimes you'll see small letters. Ya, yu, yo. So the I, ro. Ki, shi, chi, ni, hi, mi, ri. Or them with dakuten, Handakuten. Gi, ji, bi, pi. You'll add ya, you, or yo, but it's going to be written in a small version of them. So it's going to be written like that. And basically, if you put them together, and if it's not small, it's going to be ki-yo, ki-yo. But together it makes kyo, one sound. Kyo. Shi-ya becomes sha. Bi-yu becomes byu. So you see, you combine them and it creates a new sound. So let's practice. So this is shu, ya, myo, sho, kyu, bya, ja, pyo, chu, nya. Quick pause. So we also have a small version of tsu. It works the same way. This kana doesn't have a sound. Instead, it adds a quick little pause before a consonant sound in a word. To express this in Romaji, the consonant after a small tsu is written twice. Let's take a look at an example. Add a small tsu between the two kana I and ka to make the sound ika. So together, ika would be ika, which actually means squid, ika. But if you put a little tsu, it's pronounced ika. So there is a pause, ika, or a double consonant, ika. In this case, you're doubling the K sound because that's the consonant following the small tsu, ika. Kako, ita. All right, let's practice reading these words with a small tsu. So isho, so shiyo, together, sho, isho, which means together actually. Shippo. Shippo is the tail. Gakki. Gakki is an instrument. Nikki. Nikki is a journal, a diary. Maka. Maka. So I didn't say maka, I said maka. Maka is completely red. Keka. Keka is the result. Otto. Waka. Waka. Beppu. Beppu. Kite. And that's it. You've learned everything in this book. Now let's wrap up and practice reading all the different kinds of hiragana that you've learned. I would add something though. So you remember when I said that an O sound followed by U makes it longer. So for example here it's jo, and it's not jou, it makes a long jo. Same here, kyo. Kyokasho. Kyokasho is a learning book, a textbook. So same here, jo. Ju, kaiju, kaiju. Byo, byo. So it's not byou, byou-in, it's byo-in, which is a hospital. Hyogen, hyogen. So we learned all the hiragana, we learned the small characters, dakuten, handakuten, the little accents, the diacritics, I'd call them, and the little tsu, little pause, or doubling the consonant. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know with a thumbs up or in the comments, and don't forget to share and subscribe to support this channel. それではまた!